guilty of crime.
Hello, everybody. What's up? We've made it halfway through the week. Happy Wednesday. It's showtime. What's up, y'all? Come on in. Meander your way in. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Get a membership if you can. All right, guys. We got 55 people here in chat just kind of meandering their way in. And most of you are in green. That's great. Love seeing you all in green. Let's shout out to some of you guys and say hello before we get started. All I'm going to say before we get started is today, 3 missing sisters were found not alive any longer. Father of 3, Travis Decker, is now a wanted suspect in the unaliving of his 3 children. All right. This is not a good outcome for the case. When I first heard about it, the children were missing, and then I got information that they were no longer alive. All right. So, trigger warning to anybody that has been following true crime all week, all day, all month, all year. If you need a break, please go take one. Otherwise, let's be respectful and chat with everybody and their opinions. This is the first time I'm covering this case, and I've been doing my best to do a case a day. So when we're new on a case, I got to get my feel for the people in that area, locals, how they are, what you guys are thinking and everything. And I'm all just behind a screen. All right. So I know I'm talented, but I don't know if I could be that talented. So I do my best. So what's up, everybody? Thank you for being here. Mods. Thank you, Tiff, for all the help on this case. Foxy Amazon. Good to see you. Synth. Carly, what's up? Yep, do all that stuff, guys. Let's shout out. Good to see you, One Love, and Anu. And you say it's Thursday there. I wish it were Thursday here. Yes, showtime, baby. Showtime. All right, we're bringing out the worst cases, the worst of the worst, the hardest of the hard, and bringing it here to break it down for you. All right, so we do our best. Jennifer B., good to see you. 13 in the house. That's awesome. Next week on the 13th is my wife's birthday. So we're going to be gone. Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to bring you 2 episodes, Monday and Tuesday, and then we're out. We're out from the 11th until I don't know when, but I think some of the trolls and the haters might be a little bit bored because I won't be around making content. But for all of you guys, I'm still going to put out some videos and some clips and some things for you to get by for the week. So what's up, Edith? Good to see you. Barbie G, good to see you in green. Shout out to everybody. Spurzan, glad you're here. Of course, Anna Orlando, always here. All right, guys, what's up? PGH, Deb, good to see everybody rolling on in chat. This is a very horrible case. They all are, but 3 precious babies at once. This reminds me of Chad Dorman, guys. I know you know that I cover many cases that are tough and family annihilators. This is almost a family annihilator situation minus the mother. Now, I have a picture of the mom and the girls. We don't have a lot of information about the mom. There's only one statement that she made on Monday, and a lot of the statements or anything else that she did got retracted and pulled back, and I don't know why. Also, no Amber Alert in this case, and some say that was a mistake. Others say there wasn't enough information. Right now, they say 58% of the Amber Alerts are actually family members that are in custody battles. So they thought that this case was that. All right. So now you can know what the hell I'm talking about. Let's look here. I am always visual, and I know you guys are too. Good to see you, Jen's a Gypsy, Lisa H. Very tragic. Justice. Let's get that for Paityn, 9 years old, Evelyn, 8 years old, and Olivia, 5. All right, guys, there's going to be so much more content in today's episode. So buckle up, chill out, and chat. Just chat, hit the like, share when you're done. Let people know what we're talking about today. All right. So these little girls did not make it home. Their mother thought this would be a routine visit, except the father didn't bring them home. So, we're out there, they're out there, and, we're going to find them. Maybe the dad's just being irresponsible. Maybe he went camping and didn't have a signal. No, that's not the case, guys. These little girls are no longer with us. And that's because of this guy, Travis Decker. So I want you guys to be out on the lookout. If you're in that area, if you're not in the area, doesn't matter. Word travels fast. Thank you, Lady for Justice, so very much for the $1.99 super sticker, and all of you that are in here supporting my channel. All right. Again, trigger warning. This is not an easy case, and it's new territory for me. So please be patient with how I present the case. I try to present all my cases in the same manner, and to be, to tread lightly. But sometimes I get very passionate and heated, and that just goes right out the window. All right. So this monster, Travis Decker, 32 years old, he's wanted out of Washington for the taking of life of his 3 daughters. His whereabouts are currently unknown. He was in the special ops, so he knows how to get around. He did take equipment with him, like he were camping, you guys. So many people speculate he's no longer alive. I think that's BS. I think he's alive, and he's out there, and he's hiding. Now, he's 5'8", not very tall, 190 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, last seen wearing a light colored shirt and dark shorts. Now, Wenatchee, it's called Wenatchee. Wenatchee, please say it's unknown if Decker's armed, but he's military. He's a military veteran with extensive training. Now, I meant to look up the previous case. There was a case that happened in the early 2000s where the father did this exact same thing. He took the life of his entire family, wiped them out, family annihilated. Then he went into the woods and he disappeared, guys. He still has not been found. No body's been found. No evidence has been found. His car was found, and that was it. No other traces of this coward. Now, this coward, we hope that we see him. We hope we can, put this out there, and we hope that we can get some leads on him. Now, look at him and how much different he looks from the upper left-hand side all the way down to the right. So he may be traveling. He may be traveling with a backpack. He may be having some camping equipment, and he may have tried to disguise himself by shaving all of his facial hair and his hair. Now, when you look at this, you see what I'm saying. This man looks like a different man up top versus the bottom. So please be aware. Okay. Please be aware. Other things that you should know about the case: the cause of death of the sisters, Paityn 9, Evelyn 8, and Olivia Decker 5, who were found not alive after vanishing on May 30th while visiting their father. They have been revealed according to a preliminary report by Fox 13 in Seattle. The young girls, everyone's going to ask this, so I'm going to tell you now, and then I'll tell you again, and I'll tell you again and again and again, and I'll show you some reports. These girls died by asphyxiation, according to the preliminary report filed by Chelan County Superior Court per the outlet. Now, the Decker sisters' bodies were found on June 3rd. Authorities are on a manhunt for the girl's father, 32-year-old Travis Decker, I'm sorry, who's been charged, guys. He was charged with their 3 red rums, okay? So I do have documents. I do have paperwork on this. I'm going to see how far I get today. We may have to go into tomorrow to do a part 2. There's so much in this case today. Thank you, Real Killers, for being here. And I don't have the GoFundMe link yet, but that will come up. If any of the mods has the link to GoFundMe, please share. Wild Wanderers says this is an hour away from me, and I bet it's hot. That community is hot right now. They're heated. It's another sad story, and I wish it were just a story, but it's not. All right, so I'm going to put this back up, and I'm going to tell you about it, and then we're going to be visual creatures that we are on this channel, and we're going to see what's happening. Now, there was a press conference, and I haven't seen a lot of people play it. People were playing the initial presser from when they went missing, but I want to play the presser for the manhunt. And I'm going to play that after I tell you a lot of the details in this case. Absolutely no excuses for this, obviously. Good to see you, Indy Isham. Yeah, PTSD doesn't mean anything to me. This guy is just as much of a monster as Chris Watts, Chad Dorman, and all the other family annihilators, okay? Now, there's moms who've done this in the recent past, too, and I still have to cover the case. But this poor mother, I really feel for her. I haven't seen a picture of her except one, and I'll show that to you guys today. Let's get into the case. I usually let everybody roll in, and then I get started. That way everyone doesn't come in and say, I'm late. What did I miss? All right. Angel, Wings, Nana, good to see you. Very sad. Very, very sad. All right. Yeah, definitely. No shade on you. I wish it were a story. Another sad situation, but that's not. I just interact with you guys in chat. If you're new here, you don't know. If you're not new here, then you know how I do with you guys in chat. Good to see you, Janet, Bree, Sherlock Homegirl, Indy Isham, Mama Sage. All right. Sadie's mama. There you go. All right. And shout out to you. Hope you're doing okay today. All right. So let me get into this. 3 missing sisters were missing since June 30th, found not alive on the 3rd of June. I'm sorry, not June 30th, May 30th, missing, found June 3rd. Wenatchee and Leavenworth, Washington. So if you're wondering when this or where this is in Washington, guys. Wenatchee and Leavenworth, Washington. All right. So if you know and you're local, then the community has been absolutely shocked by this case. Many questions have been left unanswered. We're going to try today. 3 sisters, Paityn 9, Evelyn 8, Olivia 5, were reported missing and scheduled visitation with their father, Travis. They've now been found not alive in his vehicle. Authorities are searching for Travis, who's wanted on charges of first-degree red rum and kidnapping for all 3. The investigation spans several days across Wenatchee and the outskirts of Leavenworth, Washington, with details emerging every day, every minute. All right. Now, Friday, May 30th at 5 p.m., the disappearance began when Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia were last seen in Wenatchee as they went on a planned visitation with their father, Travis. Travis was observed driving north in his white GMC pickup. Now, Friday, May 30th at 9:45 p.m., concerned by the delay in the children's return, their mother, Whitney Decker, remember that name, reported Travis had not brought the girls back as scheduled. Now, despite her request from local law enforcement, the case initially did not meet the criteria, which we're going to talk about in a bit, for an Amber Alert. Now, it prompted officials to pursue alternative measures to locate the missing family. Next day, Saturday, May 31st, 3:20 p.m. With mounting worries from the mother and the investigators, police activated an endangered missing persons alert. The alert was intended to galvanize additional public assistance in tracking down the whereabouts. Nobody, and I mean nobody, thought that this was going to be the end or any end to anybody's lives. Now, next day, 2 days later, Monday, June 2nd, 3:45 p.m., investigation took a devastating turn. Chelan County Sheriff Office searched near Rock Island. Do you guys know where Rock Island campground is? Let me know in chat. It's near Leavenworth. They discovered Travis Decker's truck parked in a remote area. They thought, sure, here's the truck. We're going to find him. They're going to be out camping. Maybe the phones are dead. Maybe there's no service. No problem. They did a meticulous search of the surrounding areas, and it led to the discovery of the body of 3 sisters, all right, in his white GMC. Now, Tuesday comes June 3rd. Law enforcement officials expected to wrap up processing the crime scene. However, Travis Decker remains at large, and there's an ongoing extensive manhunt. It involves multiple agencies, including local, state, and federal teams, to apprehend him and bring him to justice. Now, let's talk about the mother for a bit, okay? So you guys coming in, good to see you. Keep on coming. We slowly have 160 people in chat. So I hope you guys don't forget, as you're coming in, to hit that like button. That's what gets us into the algorithm. All right. Wild Wanderer says it's 38 miles from Wenatchee. All right. So let's take a look at this because I want you guys to see who it is that police are looking for. Okay. Now, Whitney Decker is the mother of these children. I'll show you that before I get into anything else. Whitney, the mother of the 3, is at the center of the tragedy. She initially reported the children missing after their scheduled visitation went awry and went too many hours over. Now, details about the whereabouts remain private for safety and sensitivity reasons. The mom's not out there either, so we're not going to point fingers at her. We know she did the best she could. Now, Whitney described the visitation process as being uneventful prior to that incident. Like nothing, there was no warning signs. Since the discovery, the public statements have been limited. There was one public statement that she made on Monday. And Tiff, if you would send that to me again, it got buried in chats, or maybe put it in the chat so I can read that message. That'd be great. I don't have it here. Now, she's facilitating a GoFundMe, which hopefully we can put in chat, to provide support while respecting the needs of her privacy. I hear that they've already collected over $200,000, you guys. That's what I heard. Okay, I hear that there's I'm looking at Tiff's message and she's got this like funny goofy thing. I'm looking for the mom's statement. Okay. All right. So KT, yeah, there's a lot of news station covering this. All right. What's up? Okay. So Whitney's asking for help and privacy at the same time. Authorities have charged Travis Decker with 3 counts of each first degree, red rum, and kidnapping. Now I've got paperwork, PDF documents, thanks to Plunder, who did her diligence in the case. All right. Let me give you the statement real quick. Whitney Decker issued an emailed statement on Monday at 4 p.m. She said, "I just wanted the girls back home safe and sound. That is the most important thing to me. I'm concerned about the safety and well-being of my girls and their dad. This is an unimaginable situation, and I'm pleading for everybody to look out for them." We have heard nothing else from the mother since then. All right. So here's the GoFundMe. Thank you. Here's the GoFundMe. Let me copy that and put that in chat for you guys. All right. Here we go. There's the GoFundMe, you guys. GoFundMe. And then you can see at the end of it, they are raising money for that to help. It's going to be a really hefty cost. And more than anything, the mom shouldn't have to worry about those things. She's got a lot more other things to worry about. Okay. So we're looking for this guy, Travis Decker. He's still missing. And let's see here. So she issued an email saying, I didn't realize I had that. Thank you, Tiff. I didn't see that. All right. The girls attended Lincoln Elementary. Paityn was in 3rd grade, Evelyn in 2nd, and Olivia in kindergarten, you guys. This is crazy, man. I don't even, this is hard to even like, this case is hard. It's hard to comprehend. Right. I want to show you some pictures real quick um, of the mom with the children and some pictures that you might not have seen. All right. Because that's what we want to do here. So you know what's going on. All right. So I haven't, this is the first picture I've seen of the mother at all. And thank you so much, Foxy Amazon, for the Guilty of Crime membership. All right. Now, Connie just said, KTV News said just a possible sighting in McCall, Idaho. Thank you for letting us know. If he's in McCall, Idaho, we want to know. We want to follow him. We want to make sure this gets out there. All right. So this is the mother, Whitney, with her 3 daughters that are no longer with us. All right. You're very welcome, Eliza. I don't know how to say your name, but Eliza. All right. Sergio says, thank you, Plunder. You are awesome. Absolutely. M. Shaw, good to see you. All right. Let's take a look at these pictures and we'll move on with the case. All right. There's one of the little angels. I'm assuming that is the oldest one. There's 9. Let's see. Let me see that again real quick. Paityn 9, Evelyn 8, and Olivia 5. So I'm going to assume that one's Paityn. I haven't seen these pictures anywhere else. All right. I'm assuming this is the 5-year-old. Again, this is really sad, guys. Evelyn 8, Paityn 9, Olivia 5. This is Olivia. You guys, please do say a prayer for these girls that we catch this monster of a father. Okay. Eliza. There you go. Eliza. Thank you, Eliza. All right. So there's 5-year-old Olivia. And I don't know if this is 8-year-old. I can't tell exactly which ones these are. So I'm gonna, oh, there's another picture of her. Thank you, Kimberly. All right, I'll show you that one before or after. I'm sorry. All right, there's the 3 girls, you guys. Let's say a prayer that we get justice for those girls. Paityn 9, Evelyn 8, and Olivia 5. All right, there they are. And Kimberly just sent me another picture of the mom and the daughters with the GoFundMe on it, so you guys can scan it. I will put that up next. All right, so there you go. This piece of trash, we're not looking for his GMC, even though the license plate is there. We're not looking for it because it was found with the girls' bodies. All right, so say a prayer. 5-year-old on the left, 8-year-old, and 9-year-old. All right. 5-year-old Olivia, 8-year-old Evelyn, and 9-year-old Paityn. So sad, guys. So sad. All right, let me do this. We don't want to have that. Let's stop this. Let me show you this picture that Kimberly sent me. I don't normally pull stuff up in my email and show it unless I know who it came from and whatever. But here it is. All right. Let's see if you guys can see that. Let me pull this down. There is the mom, Whitney, Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia. Guys, say a prayer that she gets justice for those little girls. There's the GoFundMe. You guys can scan the GoFundMe and help the family out. Very heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking. Oh my goodness. Chris Watts situation. Chris Watts and Chad Doerman. Absolutely. Those 2 came to my mind. It's a lot bigger it's a lot bigger here, but yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Definitely don't approach them. Of course, call 911. Absolutely. Don't even call local law enforcement. Call 911. All right. I didn't see that picture individually. So thank you for sending that here, Kimberly. All right. Now, let me continue. Oh, that's big. That's me very big. All right, let me share this with you. Oh, this is such a heartbreaking case, you guys. I knew that I had to cover this the moment I saw what was happening. I was talking to you guys about this in chat yesterday, and so many people didn't know what I was talking about. All right. Now, Plunder filed the paperwork to get the documentation, and Plunder has a couple 100,000 people. So, yeah, of course, you're going to see that there first. Thank you. This happened in Wenatchee or Leavenworth, Washington. Washington, right? Leavenworth, Washington, or Wenatchee. All right, so let's take a look real quick. cause of death revealed for three sisters who vanished during planned visitation. So we went over this earlier. Need to know: asphyxiation. Official causes of death of three children were found not alive after vanishing. All right. Asphyxiation. The Wenatchee Police Department confirmed that they were found not alive Monday, June 2nd, after investigators located Decker's 2017 white GMC. Decker's been newly charged with 3 counts of first-degree red rum and 1 count of kidnapping. It's unknown whether he's armed, but guys, just assume he's armed and dangerous. He's ex-military special ops, all right? So I wanted to get into that with you guys about what happened here and so forth. Let's be visual together and watch some of the news. This is where we're going to start.
Breaking news, 24 hours and still no answers from police after 3 sisters were found dead near a campground near Leavenworth. We're live as a manhunt for their father ramps up.
I have a little girl myself, so that's, it's shocking.
Plus, troubling new insights into the suspect. We are combing through just released court documents right now. And Amber Alert confusion. We're pushing WSP about why one never went out for the...
Yeah, this is important, guys. This is important. Everything I put together today was things that I think are very important in the case for you to know, all right, for everybody to know. And those babies are absolutely beautiful. The mom is absolutely beautiful, okay? All right.
These girls.
Why was an Amber Alert not issued in the case of these 3 missing sisters?
Live team coverage starts right now. And a truly heartbreaking end to a search for 3 sisters from Wenatchee. 9-year-old Paityn Decker, 8-year-old Evelyn Decker, and 5-year-old Olivia Decker have been found dead. The girls were last seen alive on Friday after their father picked them up for a planned visitation.
And now there is an urgent manhunt to find him. 32-year-old Travis Decker is wanted for his daughter's kidnapping and murders. Now, State Patrol says he may be armed and dangerous. The girls' bodies were found near his empty truck about 40 miles away from Wenatchee by Rock Island Campground that's west of Leavenworth.
Our team is bringing you live coverage on this rapidly developing investigation from State Patrol headquarters in Olympia to the crime scene near Leavenworth.
First, Cairo 7 anchor Gary Horker is friend.
And pretty much know, if you roll into chat, most of my episodes are about an hour and a half long. So I'm always going to give you the real low down, every bit of information that I can pack into that hour and a half. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. Anu, thank you so much. Mo, by hitting the like button, it helps to get this into the algorithm so more people can know about the case. Okay. So thank you. I appreciate you. Definitely a trigger warning. Here's the area now. You now have a map.
Running our coverage live from Wenatchee, digging through just released charging documents. And Gary, the details here are disturbing.
Monique and
God,
they don't get more heartbreaking than this. These 3 innocent lives taken so tragically, and now we know how. Those documents say the girls died of asphyxiation. They also say the way they found them was the FBI and all these law enforcement agencies, including Homeland Security, pinged their father's cell phone around the area and the campsite where the night before he disappeared with them. Take a look at the girls at the center of this case. That's Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia Decker. 3 innocent little girls. They were last seen Friday when they were supposed to be on a scheduled visit with their dad, Travis. Here's a look at his photo. According to custodial documents, Travis Decker and the girl's mom had been separated now for several years, but his court-ordered custody plan changed once he became homeless. Worth noting here, Decker refused to sign the plan, which stated he needed to get...
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Synth just gifted 5 Guilty of Crime memberships. Make sure you're chatting so you get a chance to win. I'm going to give 5 more away here shortly. So please interact, hit the like button. It will give you a chance to win. I know there's a lot of people here that don't have the means to get a membership, but we want to give you one. All right. And all the information today is very necessary for this case. This is exactly like Chad Dorman. I believe this monster, Travis Decker, was trying to punish the mother. Okay. Absolutely. You're absolutely Wyatt. I love you. That's all. All right. Let's keep going.
Get both mental help and anger management help as well, which his ex-wife said in court documents never really happened. Cover 7's Jason Sloss has been digging through all of these heartbreaking documents. Jason, this is a heartbreaking end to the search, and you just talked to the mom yesterday exclusively.
Yes, and the mom was optimistic that this would have a much different ending. Just horrific deaths for these three little girls during what was supposed to be a relatively quick visit with their father. Now, the girls were found about 45 minutes down this road near a campground, and now an all-out search for their father. A heartbreaking end to the search for three little girls, 9-year-old Paityn, 8-year-old Evelyn, and 5-year-old Olivia Decker, found dead near the Rock Island campground near Leavenworth. Now, a manhunt for the sisters' father, 32-year-old Travis Decker. Friday evening, Decker went to his ex-wife's home in Wenatchee to pick up the girls for a planned 3-hour parental visit, but they never returned.
3 hours.
Wenatchee police issued an endangered missing person alert. Decker is homeless, and for 3 days, authorities searched campgrounds and motels while on the lookout for Decker's white GMC truck. Just before 4 Monday afternoon, a Chelan County Sheriff's deputy spotted the father's unoccupied truck.
Right now, this gives you a good idea of where they were, how long. They only had a 3-hour visit, guys. It should have been quick and easy. See daddy and come home. There's 222 people in here, right? 222, guys. You know that's an angel number. Please say a prayer for the 3 children and their mother, okay? Again, Paityn 9, Evelyn 8, and Olivia 5. Remember those names, Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia, and Whitney Decker, okay? All right.
Near a campground off Icicle Road. The bodies of the 3 girls were then found nearby down an embankment, but no sign of Decker. According to Chelan County court documents, the likely cause of the girls' deaths was asphyxiation.
I don't know, I have a little girl myself, so that's, it's shocking.
Visitors hoping to hike a nearby trail were turned away at a roadblock as a large-scale search is carried out.
I'm sorry for the family and for the mother. That's devastating. I absolutely cannot imagine.
Now, if anyone sees Decker, they are urged not to make contact, but call 911 right away. We were expecting a news conference today with the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. That did not happen. There is a GoFundMe account set up in the girls' names. We'll have more about that on our website.
Now, we are going to show that news conference. So after this was the news conference that talk about the manhunt. Now, that news conference is not one that you want to walk away or not listen to. Just make sure you pay attention. It's about 19 minutes. I'm going to play it a little bit faster so we can make sure to get through it. But you guys, it's important. The details in the presser, and I don't play pressers very often. They're normally like 45 minutes, and there's a lot of information that is not desired. It's not going to help. This case, it is. So trust me when I say you're going to want to listen to this next. It's going to be very helpful. It's going to fill you in on lots of information that you're asking in chat. All right. Mom, good to see you. Love you. Thank you for praying for these little angels. Absolutely devastating. Thank you, Rebecca. I do appreciate that. Shout out to my mom. Love you, Mom. All right. Let's keep going.
Website. Live in Leavenworth, Jason Sloss, Cairo 7 News.
Incredibly difficult information to even process and report. Thank you, Jason. Since we learned the sisters have died, we have been asking very tough questions, specifically to the Washington State Patrol, because in this state, the federal government gives the overall criteria for an Amber Alert, but only the State Patrol can actually issue an Amber Alert itself. So everybody passing by here with heavy hearts is wondering and second-guessing the State Patrol. A natural question: why was the State Patrol not issuing an Amber Alert? Cairo 7's Deborah Horn is live for us in Olympia. Deborah, WSP said there wasn't enough evidence that the sisters were in any kind of imminent danger, and they need...
And remember, it was a 3-hour visit, guys, so nobody could have anticipated that this was going to happen. And Goldilocks, this is a perfect segue for me to talk about the Corey Mitchell case. The courts and CPS need to start doing their job. If you guys did not see my post over on my community page, please go over and check the post out after this episode and go leave a comment for Rebecca and Brianna Mitchell. They're going through a really rough time right now. If you know about the Corey Mitchell case with Christopher Greger, they just found evidence that the judge and the caseworkers or I should just say the caseworkers right now, did in fact see that awful treadmill video and then gave Corey Mitchell back to Christopher Greger to die. All right. So go check that out. We're going to be covering that case probably when I get back from vacation sometime in June. All right. So we're going to have probably Toddy back on here with Rebecca and Brianna on the show. All right. So we're going to make sure to do that. Yeah. CPS, man, don't even get me started. Let's keep going. Say a prayer for these children and the mother and the family.
To be in imminent danger for an Amber Alert to be issued.
Absolutely, Gary. That is one of the criteria set out for an Amber Alert. But as you say, now those sisters are dead. And so we came here to Olympia to ask whether anyone at WSP believes they made a mistake. Any second guessing? Any rethinking?
As a father and a grandfather, when your heart is so broken by someone lost, there's always going to be questions. What could we have done? What should we have done?
Those are just some of the questions the Washington State Patrol is facing after the worst news possible about the 3 missing sisters, that all 3 are dead. Their troubled father still missing. This after WSP issued a missing and endangered persons alert, but not the more urgent Amber Alert. Should the criteria be changed, be broadened?
That's a question for the Department of Justice and a national discussion, because this is used across the country.
According to WSP guidelines set out in 2019, an Amber Alert is issued if several criteria are met as set by the federal government: that the missing person is a child, that the child is believed to be in danger of imminent death or serious bodily injury, that there is an adequate description of that missing child, and that law enforcement is investigating. WSP's Chris Loftus says there was no evidence Travis Decker was a threat to his children.
If we were to issue an Amber Alert every time someone with custodial privilege is late getting that child back, we'd have Amber Alerts just about every day. Was it the system?
And remember, I was looking into this because I said, why not an Amber Alert? This is an Amber Alert situation, but I didn't realize that it was a 3-hour visit. This guy is, in the military, was, because he's not anymore. If he went AWOL, I think he did. I think he might have went AWOL. I heard he was supposed to be active, but he's not. So we'll keep learning more about that as we go. Absolutely. Hashtag arrest Travis Decker. Don't let him fool you guys. There are sightings of him. There's updates on sightings. I do not think this monster I think he's way too selfish to have taken his own life. So watch out for him. Malibu Surf says $2. Don't spend it all in one place. Well, thank you. YouTube takes, I think, 30%. So I'll make sure not to spend that $1.25 all in one spot. All right. All right. Let's keep going. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah. National Guard. You're right. You're right. And we are talking about, he definitely was homeless. He was having issues with housing. And of course, he had mental issues. I don't know why it was unsupervised visitations. All right. I don't know. There's a few flaws in this case, but you got to think it was a 3-hour time frame. Nobody would have expected this. This is not something you could have anticipated at all.
System that harmed these.
Yes. Was it the system that failed?
Was it the system or was it the murderer?
No.
I would say it was the murderer.
Now, after Chris Loftus said that the Fed set the criteria, we checked. And according to the DOJ, the criteria are recommendations. But those recommendations are not forced on individual states. Loftus also says that the mother gave no indication that she believed her ex-husband would harm their children. But of course, we have recent court documents, but even some that go back 3 years show that she had some concerns. We're working to bring you that part of this story tonight at 6. For now, reporting live in Olympia.
Yes, $1.40. Thank you for correcting me. My math is not that great in my head now. There are different places that are, you would assume it's Washington. It's Washington, not Washington State, not like DC or Texas. It's Leavenworth and the other weird name. What's the name of that? Why am I blanking right now? Oh, Wenatchee and Leavenworth, Washington. All right. Let's keep going. I showed a map earlier, or maybe you're behind. Wait until we get fast forward, and then you'll see the map and you'll see where it is. All right, let's keep going. I got to get this manhunt for the father out to you guys. It's very, very important. And then I'll look at some details in the case of the updates because I haven't been able to see that yet because I've been talking.
Is everybody ready? Try
Whatever.
not to tip over the podium here.
Wenatchee, whatever.
Okay, I am Captain Brian Chance with the Wenatchee Police Department. This is Sheriff Morrison, obviously, with the Chelan County.
Yes,
and,
yes.
I'm going to start out the press release and talk about how we got to where we did just a couple of days ago or just yesterday. So I'll start off and give you a timeline of the involvement of Wenatchee Police Department in this case. On May 30th, at about 9:35 p.m., Wenatchee police officer Corporal Gonzalez responded to a call of a civil complaint. In responding to that call, he interviewed Whitney, the mother of the 3 young girls. There was no reported history of problems with the parenting plan. There were reported concerns of Travis being homeless and financially stressed recently. Whitney was clear that during the exchanges that had occurred in the past, that Travis was very communicative with her in any deviations from the parenting plan. Corporal Gonzalez, after speaking with Whitney, was able to identify Decker's vehicle through a local database called Spillman. He took the vehicle information and was able to enter it into Flock, which is a system of cameras that are located within the city and also in Chelan County. Flock located the vehicle, the white GMC Sierra, traveling northbound across the Wenatchee River Bridge. This was shortly after Decker had picked up the children for the visitation. After this information was obtained, and in addition to information that had been received by Whitney that Travis frequented local hotels and often local campgrounds as well, all local hotels and campgrounds in East Wenatchee and Wenatchee were checked by patrol officers from those jurisdictions, and Decker was not located. Park rangers were also...
All right, you guys, hang in there. Again, it's important that you know where this is, what they're looking for. This is the second press conference. They had one initially about them missing. This one is for the manhunt for Travis Decker. So again, I don't normally play the whole thing, but I'm going to. And then I also have more information. We're going to talk about the court documents and the disturbing details in that and so many other details. So hang in there, guys. Thank you for being here. All right, I'm going to give away some memberships right now. And then I'm going to show you possible sightings as long as I can get that link in the meantime. Let me play this and gift you some memberships.
Contacted at Confluence Park and made aware of the situation.
Yes,
An attempt to locate was then sent out by Corporal Gonzalez to all regional agencies containing Decker's information along with the vehicle information. After that, Corporal Gonzalez made contact with Washington State Patrol and consulted their unit for an Amber Alert. The information at the time did not meet the threshold for an Amber Alert. On May 31st, Corporal Gonzalez contacted Sergeant Eaton at about 7 a.m. and advised him of the situation. After that conversation had occurred, Detective Brian Hewitt with the Wenatchee Police Department and Detective Sergeant Joe Eaton discussed the incident as well, and Detective Hewitt responded that day to continue the investigation. The family was contacted and additional information was obtained. He learned Travis and the daughters did not arrive at a planned 5K running event that morning, which was out of the ordinary to Whitney. Travis had recently had a recent history of attending and being present for all the daughters' events and programs. And, excuse me. At that point, Detective Hewitt started to reach out to some of his contacts at the state and federal levels as well. He enlisted the assistance of the FBI, and with assistance from the FBI, phone location data was obtained for Thursday through Friday, plotting locations in and around Leavenworth. Detective Hewitt then, with that information, went to Leavenworth and started focusing on the areas of Chumstick and Icicle Road and did not have any success in locating Travis or his vehicle or the girls. Throughout that day, Detective Hewitt had multiple contacts again with WSP, or Washington State Patrol, and continued to provide updates and request an Amber Alert, which still the information that he provided and had obtained did not meet the threshold for the Amber Alert to be activated. However, an Endangered and Missing Person Alert, an EMPA, was activated by the Washington State Patrol at approximately 4 o'clock p.m. I want to explain a little bit that the endangered and missing person alert does generate a flyer that goes out to all the contacts through that State Patrol Missing and Endangered Person Unit. So that goes statewide as well. The information for the alert is posted on the reader boards that I'm sure everybody's familiar with on the state highways around Washington. And those were activated here locally on the major ingress and egress highways such as Highway 2 and I-90. Also on May 31st, Detective Hewitt had developed and communicated probable cause for custodial interference first degree, 3 counts of custodial interference first degree, and began assembling the paperwork to obtain those warrants. The following day, on June 1st, Detective Hewitt conducted additional follow-up and completed his initial report and request for the arrest warrants for custodial interference, which were granted and later entered into the system.
Yeah.
The following day, which was Monday.
Again, think about this, guys. And yeah, we're going to talk about the gruesome and graphic details after this. I'm going to talk about what they found, the bloody handprints, and a lot more. But I am going to show a possible sighting just in case any of you guys are in that area. And that way you can spread this information out there. Yes, Banana Pants, please find this a-hole. I don't for 1 second believe that he took his own life. Not even a little split second. The camping gear that he had, and I'm sure he took weapons with him. So again, be careful. All right, be careful. Don't approach him. Call 911.
The WPD Detective Unit met to devise a plan for the day on follow-up and submitting necessary paperwork for the warrant to ensure that had all gone through. WSP was contacted again, reference to Amber Alert, yet we still didn't meet the criteria. The EMPA was deemed to be the best fitting alert, and one of the things that I want to share with everybody about that EMPA, because it is I'll say level below or degree below the Amber Alert, it actually comes with an expiration time, and we were able to work with WSP because we did actually reach our expiration for that alert, and it by policy was supposed to have been pulled down, but through good communication, good cooperation, and the relationship that we've built with Washington State Patrol over a long period of time, they agreed to leave that up, and we also enlisted the cooperation of the Department of Transportation as well, who has some input and does actually help WSP run those reader boards as well. So we were able to get that cooperation, and so I want to emphasize that WSP was very good to work with, as was DOT, and we had that information up and available to the public for as long as possible, extending past.
Now, who knows if they're going to, who knows what would have happened had they done an Amber Alert? Who knows what would have happened had this man or monster demon not been homeless? We can't say what would have happened. We can just say what's happening and what needs to happen. And just imagine, again, trigger warning, this monster did what Chris Watts did to his children by asphyxiation. Now, asphyxiation could be strangulation. It could be, putting a blanket over them. And asphyxiation it could mean a couple different things. So just think of this like what Chris Watts did to his children. And yes, look in all surrounding areas and states. We're going to look at that next. But this guy is taking the heat, and he's giving a presser because he knows that because they didn't do the Amber Alert, they're getting a lot of crap.
Past what the policy said it should have been up there for. Also on Monday, CCSO detectives were contacted and assisted. We communicated with them and developed a plan for CCSO detectives to check the areas of Chumstick and Icicle Road as well. Myself, Sergeant Eaton, and Detective Hewitt, shortly after coordinating with CCSO units, contacted the family and requested a meeting at the Wenatchee Police Department with the family and family representatives at approximately 10 a.m. The primary intent of the meeting was to provide an update to the family and answer any questions that they had about the ongoing investigation. The meeting was very positive and focused on maintaining good communication flowing back and forth both directions to maximize the exchange of information. At about 3:47 p.m., a CCSO deputy located the vehicle up the Icicle near the Rock Island campground. Sergeant Eaton and Detective Hewitt immediately responded to there to assist, and I remained at WPD to continue communication with the family and to coordinate additional law enforcement assistance from down here in the valley should it be needed. Upon arrival,
Is that this? Uh-oh. Sorry, guys.
Upon arrival up there, the WPD units that responded connected with CCSO deputies that had responded to the scene as well. And from there, they began their ground search of the immediate area around the vehicle. The initial information that we were provided following the locating of the vehicle was that the vehicle was unoccupied. And shortly thereafter, we were advised that the bodies of the 3 young girls had been located in relatively close proximity to that vehicle. And Travis was nowhere to be found. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Sheriff Morrison and allow him to continue the press conference.
Thank you, Captain. Evening. I'm Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison. I appreciate all you being here. I really want to make sure that I point out that it's moments like these where we see our community coming together, paying respects to those young individuals that lost their lives. I want to pay respects to Paityn, Evelyn, Olivia. Your memory will never be forgotten, and we will not stop pursuing justice for you until those that were accountable for this are found. So I do appreciate everyone being here. Follow up, because I know the Captain Chance has already touched on a lot of the topics that we've already discussed. I want to give thanks to the Wenatchee Police Department, Chief Reinfeld, Captain Miller, Captain Chance, Sergeant Eaton with the Detectives Unit that provided Chelan County Sheriff's Office with the information we needed to properly assist them. For those who don't know, Chelan County is a large area. We have 2,900 plus square miles. When you're talking about trying to find individuals in a geographically diverse terrain, it's difficult. But by them doing their investigation follow through over the weekend, we're able to pinpoint it in the areas of Chumstick Highway, Icicle, Tumwater Canyon. I know that many of you here from the area recognize that's still a pretty large area, but we're fortunate to have partnerships with the U.S. Forest Service that funds some of our deputies, specifically U.S. Forest Service deputies that are contracted with us. Our Forest Service deputy was able to go up the Icicle. We're about 18 miles up for those of you who have not been up there. And that deputy was able to locate the vehicle of the suspect. We did back off to make sure we were in compliance with Washington state law when it comes to de-escalation, controlling pace. We called additional units. I know that many members of the community.
Yeah, basically, he's letting you know what happens when people are like, hey, didn't he do this? Or I heard this. We're going to get into the gruesome graphic details very soon. I know you guys are in chat and you guys have seen this or heard about it. Plunder has the documents. I'll probably just go over a little bit. If the next, after I show you the sightings, doesn't say exactly what I want, I will definitely show you. It's definitely gruesome and brutal. And there was no reason for him to do that. Number one, other than, I believe, to hurt the mother. Maybe in his head he was drowning because he couldn't, he couldn't find a house, or he didn't have, I don't know what was going on, house, money, whatever. We all have those same problems as people. We all have to feed our children. We all have to house them. Everybody goes through divorces. Everybody does all that. There's no excuse for what he did. And I believe it was absolutely premeditated, you guys. There's no way that this could have happened in the way it did in that short amount of time if he didn't premeditate this. All right. Thank you so much, Synth. He was fine every other time. Shit happens. Being a vet, homeless, parental responsibilities presents unique challenges that require targeted support. And it didn't happen because we're here right now looking for Travis Decker.
We're concerned, asking why we were having deputies, police officers from East Wenatchee, Douglas County, Wenatchee PD responding at a high rate of speed.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
This was an important situation
Thank you,
for us.
Synth.
We took it as a high priority. Once we had additional units on scene, we did secure the vehicle, determined that we were able to bring in additional resources, which was our East Cascade SWAT team that did an additional search of the surrounding area, the campsite in question, until we determined that a perimeter had been established and that it was safe enough for additional detectives and the Washington State Patrol's crime lab to come in and assist us as we processed that scene. As Captain Chance already mentioned, that was prompted when we did find the bodies of the deceased. Again, our condolences and our heartfelt sympathy goes out to the Decker family. We know they're struggling, but I want them to know they're not struggling alone. We suffer as a community.
That's coming next.
Many of us hard. Going on 20 years, I don't think I've had a situation that has really almost prompted tears to come up.
Yep.
We feel for the family, and we see as everyone else is out here, they're not suffering alone. There's a lot of people here supporting them. We were able to do an extensive processing of the scene throughout the night while we maintained perimeter security. Once that was secured, the vehicle was taken back for an additional search warrant. We brought in additional units to come in and assist us. That'd be our federal partners from U.S. Border Patrol, Homeland Security Investigations, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Marshal's Office. They did an extensive search today, in addition to the Air National Guard, bringing in aviation supplies to come in, fly over there. We had drones in the air. We've been conducting a search since early this morning up until later on this afternoon. That, unfortunately, has not allowed us to locate the suspect yet, but we are not done searching. As we speak, the Marshal's Office, the FBI, they're processing leads, they're conducting follow-up, and we will not rest until Travis is located. Travis, if you're listening, this is your opportunity to turn yourself in. Do the right thing, do what you need to do, and take accountability for your actions. We're not going to go away, we're not going to rest, and we're going to make sure we find you.
Hey, you guys, and sometimes now, if this guy is, obviously he's off kilter, he's not in his right mind, or nobody in their right mind would do this. And I don't mean when he goes to trial for him to say I was having PTSD or whatever. None of those excuses, or none of those things are excuses. They're all excuses. I'm sorry. None of those things justify what he did. But calling somebody out and saying, hey, turn yourself in, we're here, we're looking for you, it does help. The coverage does help. Look at with the Alyssa Petrov case, not even a day later, after everybody started covering it, she went into a police station in Colorado and turned herself into the police to say she's safe. So absolutely, if he was to see these broadcasts or just people saying, turn yourself in, you never know. All right. You just never know. Yeah. U.S. National Guard. We're going to learn all of that today. All right. And I've got the broadcast for a possible sighting next. All right. So hang in there.
You will be brought to justice. Those young ladies deserve it. We will take additional questions later on, but the Sheriff's Office, the Wenatchee Police Department, East Wenatchee, Douglas County, and all of our federal partners are going to continue to work with one another to ensure that justice is served. Thank you. We are unsure if Mr. Decker is currently alive, but we are taking it that he is still out there. And again, we will not rest until we've located him, whether he's alive or he's dead. We want to make sure that he's brought back.
Yeah.
The public that's keeping an eye out for him, is there anything in his records that would suggest that he is violent?
Not this time, but based off the allegations that are being made against him, we do consider him to be a threat towards the community.
Yep.
We also ask the community to stay out of the Icicle Gorge area for the time being until we can secure that area and ensure that he is not there. That is a big area. We're talking about the enchantments. We're talking about French Creek. Going up on those spur trails, it's a popular area that we like to recreate in as well. We don't close it down or encourage people not to go there lightly, but for the best interest of the public, we'd encourage them find other places to recreate until we can ensure that that area is safe.
You're welcome.
Can you come a little bit closer, ma'am? Thank
you. We can't hear you. What?
Within reason, but I'm not going to go into a lot of details in regards to the scene because our investigative unit has requested that a lot of that information remain private until we.
All right, and we're going to see that now. I mean, these are a few questions that we'll answer through the show. Let's stop this and get down to the police sighting of Travis, and then we'll continue with the information that we have here today. But yeah, let's show this. So in case somebody doesn't want to watch because they've already seen it or whatever. All right, McCall police report possible Travis Decker sighting. That's right now. So that's what everyone's saying. KV or KTVB7. Travis is wanted for taking his kid's life and kidnapping related to the deaths of the 3 daughters. And we'll listen to that now. We'll see what they have to say. But they say McCall police. Tell me where McCall is. Maybe they'll tell me now. Let's listen.
For a triple murder involving 3 young girls.
And new updates. Let's get over to Abby Wild. Abby, what do we know so far?
Hold on. Sorry, guys. They're so little.
So the McCall Police Department posted about 27 minutes ago that the McCall Police Department has received notifications of the possible sighting of Travis Decker. Again, he is the suspect in the case of the Chelan County, Washington murders where 3 girls were found dead. They are saying that dispatch should only be notified of first-person sightings, not rumors, texts, online chatter. But if you do believe that you saw him around the McCall area, to contact dispatch at 208-382-5166. 60. Again, this is just that there was maybe a sighting of Decker in McCall, Idaho. Again, we do know those murders took place on Monday night, and from there he has been on the loose and on the run with no spotting of where he might be. So we'll continue to bring this breaking news to you as we find out more. Joe and Brenda.
And we know investigators out of Washington had cautioned the public there that if in fact they did see him, he could potentially be a dangerous person. So do not approach this man. If you believe you do see him, a firsthand report, you're asked to contact dispatch, of course, as always, Brenda, in an emergency, call 911. We will continue to follow this through our evening newscast. We'll be right back with the 208.
All right, guys, so we're going to continue to cover this possible sighting, McCall, Idaho. We know where he's traveling, if that's him. I-90, locals say. Thank you guys for sharing that. Let's get into the continued coverage of this manhunt and court documents, and we'll see what we have, and then we'll look over other information, and we'll take a look at the PDFs, whatever we can get into tonight. All right, let's go.
Tonight, a small memorial grows outside of an elementary school in Wenatchee in honor of 3 missing girls found dead following a visitation with their father. Good evening, I'm Steve Solis.
And I'm Mary Nam. The girls were reported missing Friday night. This morning, the Chelan County Sheriff's Office confirmed their bodies were found yesterday near the Rock Island campground outside of Leavenworth.
Investigators also found the truck belonging to their father, Travis Decker, who is now on the run and wanted for murder and kidnapping. We have team coverage tonight, including Jeremy Harris talking with State Patrol about why it never issued an Amber Alert for the girls.
We start with KOMO's Lynn Wynn live in Wenatchee, where a vigil for the sisters is about to start. Lynn?
Yeah, that vigil just getting started behind me. Dozens and dozens of people gathering here to remember the sisters tonight. Those girls were...
And I have some video on that. It was really heartbreaking, heartfelt, all of it. So, yeah, welcome, everybody. First time water, love your style, gonna sub up. Thank you, Mary Lopez. And the person that said that it was their first time from Russia. Welcome from Russia. Welcome from United States, California, baby. Diamond Powell, shout out to you. First time watching, sending love from Russia. It's nice to be able to know that we're getting reaches all over, not just the United States. So thank you. Let's keep going. We're going to talk about court documents, and we're seeing the vigil now.
Visiting, spending time with their father as part of court-ordered visitation, though according to court records, their father had been homeless, was not supposed to have any overnight visits, and was also experiencing mental health issues.
The search for 5-year-old Olivia, 8-year-old Evelyn, and 9-year-old Paityn has ended in tragedy. Days after their father, Travis Decker, was supposed to bring them back to their mother. According to court documents, flock cameras and other resources helped authorities narrow the search down to the area of the Rock Island campground, where they found Decker's truck with 2 bloody handprints on the back. The bodies of all 3 girls were found about 75 to 100 yards away down an embankment. Investigators noted zip ties and plastic bags were scattered throughout the area, and it appeared the girls had been suffocated. Authorities blocked the area off to public access as community members
I cannot imagine if somebody can harm. That's shocking. I don't know what this mother is going through. It's probably that's the hell on earth.
Court documents reveal Decker was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder and was supposed to get mental health treatment and anger management according to a court-ordered plan, but hadn't. All 3 victims attended Lincoln Elementary, where the community is reeling from the tragic loss. An online fundraiser has already collected nearly $200,000 for the victim's family. The organizer writing,
so this is going to give us quite a bit more information about it. I know you guys are waiting to hear about the zip ties, the bloody handprints, the situation. They were keeping that quiet for the most part, but now it's all out there. Again, it's triggering. So you see they've got over $200,000, and they're going to probably need all of that, not only to recover, but for funeral services for 3 small children, and who knows what else the mom's going to. Thank you, Anu, for sending love from Finland. All right, let's keep going.
These girls were a true light in this world, and it is a darker place without them. I will miss seeing their sweet little faces.
And Decker remains at large. The reward for any information that leads to his capture is now up to $20,000. Authorities also say that Decker is former military and has a lot of training and should be considered dangerous. We are continuing to stay out here and following as the community on Wenatchee. Reporting live in Wenatchee tonight, Lynn Wynn, Como News.
Lynn, thank you. So with the tragic end of the search for the three girls, many are now asking why there was no Amber Alert issued. Today, Como's Jeremy Harris took that question to the Washington State Patrol, which is assisting in the investigation.
Sorry, guys.
Steve, the State Patrol oversees the state's alert systems, and they were involved in this case very early on when the girls went missing. But there are strict requirements for Amber Alerts, and the State Patrol says this case simply did not meet them. Within 24 hours of the disappearance of three young sisters in Wenatchee, the Washington State Patrol issued this endangered missing person alert with their names, photos, and calling their father, Travis Decker, a suspect. It included a picture of his pickup truck, but there was no Amber Alert.
In short, it didn't meet the federal requirements for an Amber Alert.
Chris Loftus with the Washington State Patrol says investigators looked into the possibility of an Amber Alert.
But we were having discussions with them from Friday night on. We weren't eligible for the Amber, then what could we use? And the Amber was the best we could do. The difference between IMPA and Amber, the Amber has that push notification that we all get on our phones, makes a loud noise, and you have to look at it and you have to turn it off. So you have to address it. The IMPA does not have that.
Amber Alerts must meet specific requirements, including proof of an abduction and belief that the children are in imminent danger of injury or death. In this case, investigators say Travis Decker had permission to take the girls for visitation.
Just because a parent with custodial privileges is late bringing a child back does not mean there's been an abduction.
With the girls all now dead in an active manhunt for Travis Decker, Loftus says the
important that we maintain those requirements lest our alert systems become noise rather than signal.
Sorry about that, guys. I don't know if it's glitching on my side or it's StreamYard. Thank you guys for hanging in here. We're going to look at those documents next, so you can see what is going on with what everyone's talking about in chat. I don't know why it's freezing, but thank you for hanging in there. Good to see you, Em. Haven't seen you in a while.
We do all we can do, and sometimes it's not enough, and it breaks your heart.
So there are 4 levels of alerts that the State Patrol can use. The Amber Alert, the EMPA Alert there, which is endangered missing person. They also have silver alerts for seniors, and then also a missing Indigenous person alert. The State Patrol says this year there have been 3 Amber Alerts and 14 of those EMPA Alerts like were used in this case. Reporting live in Olympia.
Come on.
The question we are seeing a lot on social media is, could keeping children past their visitation deadline be considered a reason to believe they are in danger?
Well, and that's one of the questions that I asked here to the State Patrol, and they said that information alone, while it might be concerning, it's not direct evidence that there was an abduction, and it's also not direct evidence that these children were in danger. And reading through the court documents, the mother of the 3 girls told police that he had previously taken the girls on camping trips. It was very unusual for him to not be in contact during these custody visits. So it seems from the court records that there really was no direct evidence that these girls were in danger, even though their father had kept them past that time when the visitation was supposed to end.
Okay, Jeremy Harris live at Olympia.
All right. Now, I also want to say absolutely no kind of blaming the mom at all. No victim blaming. The mom could not have imagined any reason why this would happen. There's no way. A lot of people have mental issues, so to speak, you guys. They really do. A lot of people, they take their meds. We talk about that all the time. # take your meds. We don't know what level of mental issues that he has, and we just can't blame the mom. She was going by court orders. Now imagine had the mom not gone by court orders, you guys, and then she would be arrested, and who knows what would have happened. So I know as much as everyone wants to take their anger out on somebody or something. I gotta say, I don't victim blame. I don't parent blame. I know I got bashed a little bit in the London Thomas case. I saw a few people bashing me because I said that the parents did their best in that case. London Thomas was 17, making rap videos, doing, some twerking in the videos, whatever. But I'm not going to shade the parents. If they felt like she's an up and coming artist and rapper, then I respect the parents for letting her live her dream if that was her dream. So absolutely prayers for the mom. Unless parents are involved, I'm never going to blame the parents. I know we want to look for somebody to blame, but not in this case. All right. We don't know. Yeah. I don't know what mental issues he has. We have no idea whatsoever. People snap. Look at the Chris Watts case. Chris Watts, we have no idea. We thought he was the good old American boy family. And then look at what happened. All right. So I'm going to put these up. I'm going to put this up. Let me see if you guys can see it all again. You can see Plunder True Crime did her homework. So this is, I think this is the document that people were referring to. Let me double check. It's hard for me to, okay. So let's see. Superior Court. I told you they already filed paperwork. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't blame a parent. All right. So Superior Court, amended information, come now, prosecuting attorney, aggravated red rum in the first degree, Travis Caleb Decker in state of Washington in between May 30th. Let's read more details. All right. The red rum was committed in the course of or in the middle of an immediate flight from the following crimes: kidnapping in the first degree, more than one victim, and we'll say red rums were part of the common scheme or plan. All right. The maximum penalty above is life in prison. There's many of these documents. All right. This is the kind of efficiency the state of Tennessee is lacking. See, so one person would say this is efficient and others blame everybody and everything, which I understand because this is a really tough case to even have to see. Right. All right. Yeah, she couldn't go against a court order. That's the thing, is she couldn't. If the court said they needed her to let him have a 3-hour visit, then she has to do that. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. No one would have thought this would happen. So you can see count 1 and then count 2 aggravated in the first degree. And on or between May 30th did cause the death of date of birth 5/3/2017. Was committed in the course of furtherance, first degree. I'm going to keep going through the documents because I don't exactly know. I just got these right before we started. So more the first degree, special allegation, particularly vulnerable victim. So we got an aggravating circumstance in all of these cases. Do allege the defendant knew or should have known the victim of the current offense was particularly vulnerable or incapable of resistance. And if there were a death penalty, you guys, he probably would have, they probably would charge him with that. All right. I don't know. The Chad Dorman case, we got to ask, how does the mom go on? You remember Chad Dorman shot right through the mom's arms and she was holding her baby when he did that. So I don't know. I do think he was absolutely punishing her as well. All right, so we got aggravating circumstances. Let's keep going. I am sure it was premeditated, involving destructive and foreseeable impact on persons other than the victim. So we've got a few aggregating circumstances. Kidnapping in the first degree. Okay, further, let's keep going on this. I'm trying to see. There's a lot in here. Count 6, kidnapping. Further alleged, defendant knew or should have known, position of trust, special allegation, use position of trust, aggravating circumstance. He's got that for each child, guys, by the way. Let me remove this one. Whoa, that's big. All right, let's put up the next one. All right, so number 3. I'm trying to see if I'm trying to get the information to you that I was seeing earlier. All right, let's pull this, remove, and take a look at this. All right, let's see if this is a little bit better. Let me look at my screen. Oops. All right, there it is, guys. There's a little bit better version. I think, again, trigger warning. I think there's a lot of information in here that could be triggering. All right. I don't know how someone can do that to their babies. We'll leave that up. Thank you guys for being here. If you already seen this or you've been watching it or you're keeping up, thank you. Thank you for doing that with us. All right. So this is Superior Court, Chelan County, State Washington, undersigned oath, murder in the first degree. I didn't mean to say that. Kidnapping in the first degree, but it is what it is. The affiant's belief is based on the following facts and circumstances. May 30th, 2025, 2134, Whitney D. Decker arrived in the lobby at WPD to report a civil complaint. She advised patrol that her ex-husband, Travis Decker, had failed to return the 3 children. Corporal Gonzalez noted Whitney appeared distraught and looked like she had been recently crying. She advised that her and Decker were previously married, but have been divorced for several years and have 3 children together. Along with the divorce with the two, had a parenting plan in place, with the most current issued on by a judge September 27th, 2024. The current parenting plan limits Decker's visitation to every other weekend with specific hours of Friday from 0500 to I guess it's 2,000 hours or 20. I don't read military time, guys. So you guys let me know. Saturday from 11 to 1900 hours and Sunday from 900 to 1700. The order was specific with no overnight visits, and visits will only occur in Wenatchee Valley. All right. Whitney reported that Decker picked their daughters up from her residence at, we don't need to give out addresses, but did not return around, what is that? 2000. I don't know what that is. 20, whatever. She stated she attempted to call Decker multiple times, but his cell phone goes straight to voicemail, which typically means the cell phone is off or out of service. Whitney expressed concern because Decker reportedly has never done this before, and further noted he's currently experiencing, she told him he's currently experiencing mental health issues, but she still had to let him see the babies. At this time, the initial report, Whitney explained Decker does not currently have a stable residence and is considered homeless. He is known to often stay in hotels, motels, or he camps at local campgrounds. But Whitney did not know where to find him, Corporal Gonzalez stated. Let's keep going. All right. So she called, went straight to voicemail, identified his cell phone. Let me make sure you guys can still see me. Absolutely seems premeditated. I'm sure they're going to charge him in that manner. All right. Never done this before. Right. Never done this before. There's nothing she could have done. I'm confused about the conflicting info. I read an article that mom stated the kids were terrified to go to visits. That was part of the abuse, but she said she didn't see this coming. Exactly. We don't see anything in this. All right. Deanna says, Jay, I'm impressed with how fast your brain works. Well, thank you. It's going in overtime. Some call that ADHD. Hey, it works for me. Thank you. All right. So I know the subtract 12. So 8 o'clock. Thank you. And just a lot of words and things going on here with my internet spinning. So thank you, Nanaska. All right. Let's keep going here. All right. So Whitney knows Decker drives a white truck, unsure what kind. Noted hadn't been cited driving without insurance. All right. Corporal Gonzalez checked Decker's vehicle registration and found the truck registered by automatic license plate reader. After contact with Whitney, they checked all hotels and motels in the city limits of Confluence State Park. While at Confluence, he spoke to a park ranger and was able to check their camping roster. Decker was not listed as staying at the campsite. So they contacted and asked East Wenatchee Hotel for Decker's vehicle. After a search, the vehicle wasn't located. Given the circumstances, they attempted to locate. ATL was initiated for all Valley agencies to be on the lookout for Decker, his vehicle, and the children. Corporal investigated further, consulted with Washington Patrol. He provided the facts of the case to screen for the Amber Alert, but based on the fact there were no current evidence to believe the children were at risk or serious bodily injury or death. It didn't qualify, guys. It didn't. Whitney was advised of the updates and inability to locate the children. She was advised to call Rivercom immediately when she hears from Decker. May 31st, there was a large social media presence into the whereabouts of Decker. I'm going to skim over some of this with continued concern about the lack of communication. Now, at this point, they're worried about the lack of communication, maybe thinking that his phone died and he can't reach out. Nothing. Nobody could have saw this coming. Right now, here's a little information on the background of them. Whitney explained she and Decker were married for about 7 years, guys, but have since been divorced for a few years. She explained the divorce was civil, and initially Decker had housing and was allowed overnight visits. However, when he lost the housing, the parenting plan was readdressed to accommodate accordingly. Whitney denied any domestic violence during this marriage, but did mention moments of power or control he issued. She provided the examples of randomly leaving or waking her up by screaming at her in the middle of the night. She also said near the end of the marriage, he was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, and she believes he currently does not take medications for. While married, and I hope you guys are still hanging out here with me. I hope everybody's that wants to know about this is really knowing about them being married. There's a couple little hiccups, some screaming, things that happen over the course of 7 years, but nothing would have saw this. Very possible it could have given them something to put them out. Many people are talking about that. Yeah, nothing. All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick break to say, hit the like button, subscribe, and get a membership if you can. If you have the means to gift a membership or get a membership, that helps support the channel. All right. Or you can go to Guilty of Crime Ghost and sign up. Email me if you have a case suggestion. Also, PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, guys. And then there's my email address if you want to email me. Thank you for still being here. You can lurk all you want. I'm just over here reading. All right. Let's keep going. All right. So here we go. We hear about the marriage. We hear about a few problems. He's not taking medication. While married, the 3 children in common, she identified Whitney, Olivia, and what am I just forgot. Forgot the children's name, guys. 3 kids. Hold on. Sorry. Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia. Gotta get those ingrained in my brain. Thank you guys for still being here and supporting the channel. Okay. 3 girls. They reportedly had a good relationship with their dad, guys, and reported enjoying their time with Decker. Whitney also reported no issues with recent visitations, and her Decker are communicative with issues surrounding them. And if either would be late for any reason, she reiterated that Decker's never failed to return the kids. Right? The parenting plan provided Whitney specific visitation hours and discusses holiday and birthday considerations. Notable concerns are reasons for putting limitations on parenting. Show Decker has neglected his parental duties and has gone long-term emotional or physical problem that gets in the way of her ability to parent. The plan also notes details about the access of the children and ability to talk with them via cell phone when needed. Whitney said they agreed to the plan, but the signature line states Decker refused to sign. Decker's also supposed to seek mental health treatment, guys, and DV, anger management counseling, under the parenting plan, but has not. So this may be where your circumstances or where your information, some things say yes, some things say no, but nothing seems to be over the top extreme. All right. The exchange on Friday night occurred without any issues. However, Whitney noted Decker was quieter than usual. All right. Which was out of character for him. She mentioned recent ticket being a financial burden for him, along with garnished wages due to back child support. She added that he's been talking about getting rid of his dog due to housing and further financial concerns. While Whitney stated his children and his dog are two big positives in his life. Whitney also stated when overnight camping trips have been allowed, they've been planned in advance with clear details of plans. The children also leave with a bag of clothing and appropriate attire to spend the night outdoors. When they left home, they had clothes on their back. That's it, guys. All right. As of June 2nd at 900 hours, or 9 o'clock, there were no contact with Decker, and his cell phone goes straight to voicemail. He failed to return the children on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, June 1st. He failed to show up to his work in the morning, and the boss noted recent mental health concerns. So listen, guys, if everybody had put their heads together and talked about this, maybe someone would have known something. All right. Maybe someone would know something. And thank you. Found my new go-to YouTube channel. Love the vibe here. Great community. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. All right. So if everybody would have got together and convened, maybe there would have been a few red flags, but nothing that would have added up to this. Okay. Mental health issues had just kind of started. Although he had some, they just started diagnosing him and figuring it out. He wasn't taking medication. So maybe he snapped, but that is still not an excuse. All right. So he failed to do that. Law enforcement, sheriff's office in Wenatchee police, along helicopter support from Homeland Security, covered the area approximately 75 to 100 yards past where the vehicle is located, guys. That's crazy. Down a small embankment. Due to recent safety concerns and scene preservation, the bodies have yet to be approached, but there are clear signs of lividity. Each had a plastic. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you guys a trigger warning here because this is where we're going to get to it. Trigger warning. Let's get it all out. Let me take a breather, take a drink. I'm going to continue reading. All right. Anger management was because of him screaming in the middle of the night, yelling, things like that. All right. Let's keep going. Borderline is behavioral. It's not chemical, in my opinion. Okay. Trigger warning. I just found the awful graphic details of the children. So please hang in there. All right. If you need something to do or fiddle with, just type in chat and you'll have plenty of support with 250 people in chat. Or you can share the story right now. Let people know there's been a sighting. We're doing our best to look. Everybody's looking for Travis Decker. All right. Let's throw this up and let me keep going. All right, guys. So they searched all around that area. But they didn't look in the truck. They look around the truck, on the side of the truck, in the embankment, above. Nobody looked in the truck. Law enforcement now, so they converged the area approximately 75. Okay. Due to current circumstances, scene preservation, the body hadn't been approached. They haven't been approached. But, all right, let me hold on. Based on the totality of the circumstances, including the proximity to the vehicle, each has a plastic bag over their head, guys. All right. Visible attire of the bodies, which is consistent with clothing that the children were wearing when they were transferred from Decker for visitation and presumed to be PD, ED, OD. All right. Decker's location is currently unknown. If there's currently a coordinated effort to search in the immediate area, if not, further for him, so the scene we have can be searched. Around the vehicle. Okay, more trigger warnings, guys. Come on. Around the vehicle and along the way to where the children are located, officer deputies located zip ties and plastic bags strewn throughout the area. The tailgate of the pickup truck also has what appears to be 2 handprints of blood, guys. 2 bloody handprints. The truck has personal items, blankets, car seats, food, miscellaneous items, and a wallet in the center console. So he must have zip tied them after strangling them, and something got bloody in the situation. Handprints on there. They didn't say if they were children's handprints thus far. During the search of an area of abandoned camp was located nearby the location with signs of recent activity. The camp consists of a fire pit, a tent, and a cooler within a short walk from where the vehicle and the bodies were located. Cell phone records. Decker's cell phone acquired Saturday under I can't even say it. Exigency show that Decker likely traveled to the area on Thursday, May 29th evening and returned to Wenatchee Friday morning. Now, that means he was already looking for a spot. May 30th is when they went missing. May 25th is when he went to go check it out. Under the totality of the situation, it appears that Decker drove through the area the night prior and returned the next day with the children. So he was looking for an area. Preliminary examination suggests likely cause of death was asphyxiation, guys. Their wrists were also zip tied. So their wrists were zip tied, and it showed signs of being zip tied. They were also positively identified at PDEDOD. So those are their names, guys. Paityn, Olivia, and why do I keep forgetting? Like, my mind is running blank. And it's only because I'm reading this. Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia. All right. All right, let's keep going. Probable cause to arrest Travis Decker for 3 counts of red rum in the first degree and 3 counts of kidnapping. Signed, dated. Let's go. We're looking for this guy. All right, let me pull this down, and we are going to, and thank you, Plunder. You guys, if you could put a, please put a link to her channel. Father still on the loose. Let's keep going. All right. All right, now for our next segment. Here it is. 3 bodies found, sisters found, father on the loose. Fox reporting locally.
KIRO 7 News at 5. Breaking news, 24 hours and still no answers from police after 3 sisters were found dead near a campground near Leavenworth. We're live as a manhunt for their father ramps up.
I have a little girl myself, so that's...
Oh, wow. Right, I'm going to say that out loud because which Shuze, I haven't seen you in a really long time. Good to see you. Travis Decker has been spotted in McCall, Idaho. Which says at a grocery store, and the tattoos match. Do me a huge favor, guys. Please, please, please say a prayer that this really is Travis Decker and that he is apprehended by law enforcement and everybody is safe and he gets arrested. I will definitely keep you all posted. All right. You say, I do wonder if maybe he did something bad to try to help his financial status, maybe became a target. Police seem confident that it's him, though. Interesting. Okay, Ridley's grocery store in McCall, Idaho, right? Just say a prayer. Say a prayer that there are no more senseless deaths and that he's apprehended without incident, okay? Let's keep going. We are looking for him still. He's still on the loose. Nothing has been mentioned yet of that, other than a small segment.
It's shocking.
Plus, troubling new insights into the suspect. We are combing through just released court documents right now.
And Amber Alert confusion. We're pushing WSP about why one never went out for these girls.
Why was an Amber Alert not issued in the case of these 3 missing sisters?
Live team coverage starts right now.
And a truly heartbreaking end to a search for 3 sisters from Wenatchee. 9-year-old Paityn Decker, 8-year-old Evelyn Decker, and 5-year-old Olivia Decker have been found dead. The girls were last seen alive on Friday after their father picked them up for a planned visitation.
And now there is an urgent manhunt to find him. 32-year-old Travis Decker is wanted for his daughter's kidnapping and murders. Now, State Patrol says he may be armed and dangerous. The girls' bodies were found near his empty truck about 40 miles away from Wenatchee by Rock Island Campground that's west of Leavenworth.
Our team is bringing you live coverage on this rapidly developing investigation from State Patrol headquarters in Olympia to the crime scene near Leavenworth.
First, KIRO 7 anchor Gary Horker is fronting our coverage live from Wenatchee Wenatchee digging through just released charging documents.
And this is why it's important for you guys to see the area, see where he could have gone, see which way, and then talk about where he's moving. Because if somebody did give this demon a ride, number one, they could have been unsafe while that happened. We don't want that to happen to anyone else. We don't want any more tragedies. Number two, someone could have called 911. So we want this to be everywhere. We want his face wanted everywhere. All right. So let's keep that going. Badass Taro says, I only got golly, I'm only 300 miles from McCall, Idaho. All right. It's that POS that he hit another vehicle. If premeditated, easy to cross into Idaho. I live near McCall. Well, thank you for letting us know that. Let's keep going.
And Gary, the details here are disturbing.
Monique and Elle, they don't get more heartbreaking than this. These three innocent lives taken so tragically, and now we know how. Those documents say the girls died of asphyxiation. They also say the way they found them was the FBI and all these law enforcement agencies, including Homeland Security, pinged their father's cell phone around the area and the campsite where the night before he disappeared with them. Take a look at the girls at the center of this case. That's Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia Decker. Three innocent little girls. They were last seen Friday when they were supposed to be on a scheduled visit with their dad, Travis. Here's a look at his photo. According to custodial documents, Travis Decker and the girl's mom had been separated now for several years, but his court-ordered custody plan changed once he became homeless. Worth noting here, Decker refused to sign the plan, which stated he needed to get both mental help and anger management help as well, which his ex-wife said in court documents never really happened. Cover 7's Jason Sloss has been digging through all of these heartbreaking documents. Jason, this is a heartbreaking end to the search, and you just talked to the mom yesterday exclusively.
Pictures, maybe?
Yes, and the mom was optimistic that this would have a much different ending. Just horrific deaths for these three little girls during what was supposed to be a relatively quick visit with their father. Now, the girls were found about 45 minutes down this road near a campground, and now an all-out search for their father. A heartbreaking end to the search for three little girls, 9-year-old Paityn, 8-year-old Evelyn, and 5-year-old Olivia Decker, found dead near the Rock Island campground near Leavenworth.
So.
Now, a manhunt for the sisters' father, 32-year-old Travis Decker. Friday evening, Decker went to his ex-wife's home in Wenatchee to pick up the girls for a planned 3-hour parental visit, but they never returned. Wenatchee police issued an endangered missing person alert. Decker is homeless, and for 3 days, authorities searched campgrounds and motels while on the lookout for Decker's white GMC truck. Just before 4 Monday afternoon, a Chelan County Sheriff's deputy spotted the father's unoccupied truck near a campground off Icicle Road. The bodies of the three girls were then found nearby down an embankment, but no sign of Decker. According to Chelan County court documents, the likely cause of the girls' deaths was asphyxiation.
I don't know, I have a little girl myself, so that's, it's shocking.
Visitors hoping to hike a nearby trail were turned away at a roadblock as a large-scale search is carried out.
I'm sorry for the family and for the mother. That's devastating. I absolutely cannot imagine.
After this, guys, I'm going to show you the sighting. It absolutely looks like him. They've got a sighting that looks like him. It looks like he shaved. He cut his hair a bit and shaved. So shaved a little bit and trimmed. It looks like him, guys. It really looks like him. Yeah, Sadie's mama, Travis Decker, if you're watching this, turn yourself in. I'll show you right after this, guys. It's crazy.
Now, if anyone sees Decker, they are urged not to make contact, but call 911 right away. We were expecting a news conference today with the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. That did not happen.
Yeah.
There is a GoFundMe account set up in the girls' names. We'll have more about that on our website. Live in Leavenworth, Jason Sloss, Cairo 7 News.
Incredibly difficult information to even process and report. Thank you, Jason. Since we learned the sisters have died, we have been asking very tough questions, specifically to the Washington State Patrol, because in this state, the federal government gives the overall criteria for an Amber Alert, but only the State Patrol can actually issue an Amber Alert itself. So everybody passing by here with heavy hearts is wondering and second guessing the State Patrol. A natural question: why was the State Patrol not issuing an Amber Alert? Cairo 7's Deborah Horn is live for us in Olympia. Deborah, WSP said there wasn't enough evidence that the sisters were in any kind of imminent danger, and they need to be in imminent danger for an Amber Alert to be issued.
Absolutely, Gary. That is one of the criteria set out for an Amber Alert. But as you say, now those sisters are dead. And so we came here to Olympia to ask whether anyone at WSP believes they made a mistake. Any second guessing? Any rethinking?
As a father and a grandfather, when your heart is so broken by someone lost, there's always going to be questions. What could we have done? What should we have done?
Those are just some of the questions the Washington State Patrol is facing after the worst news possible about the 3 missing sisters, that all 3 are dead. Their troubled father still missing. This after WSP issued a missing and endangered persons alert, but not the more urgent Amber Alert. Should the criteria be changed, be broadened?
That's a question for the Department of Justice and a national discussion, because this is used across the country.
According to WSP guidelines set out in 2019, an Amber Alert is issued if several criteria are met as set by the federal government: that the missing person is a child, that the child is believed to be in danger of imminent death or serious bodily injury, that there is an adequate description of that missing child, and that law enforcement is investigating. WSP's Chris Loftus says there was no evidence Travis Decker was a threat to his children.
If we were to issue an Amber Alert every time someone with custodial privilege is late getting that child back, we'd have Amber Alerts just about every day. Was it the system that harmed these?
Yes, was it the system that failed?
Was it the system or was it the murderer? I would say it was the murderer.
Now, after Chris Loftus said that the Fed set the criteria, we checked. And according to the DOJ, the criteria are recommendations. But those recommendations are not forced on individual states. Loftus also says that the mother gave no indication that she believed her ex-husband would harm their children. But of course, we have recent court documents, but even some that go back 3 years show that she had some concerns. We're working to bring you that part of this story tonight at 6. For now, reporting live in Olympia, Deborah Horn, Cairo 7
Me too.
Deborah, you and I have been reporting for a long time, and we know tragedies like this one times 3.
So I'm watching Cairo right now, and I'm trying to find out any live updates, but I will show you the picture. I do not see tattoos, but if you look, I'll show his picture and then I'll show what they have so you guys can see that it probably is him. It looks like him. I'll show you and you can decide for yourselves.
Are what get people to second guess policies and sometimes change them. Thank you for your coverage there. Again, it's been almost 24 hours since the girls' bodies were found not far away from where I am right now. And we have been pushing the State Patrol for answers. Debbie Horn has been asking them sharp questions, and they're still telling us the policy dictated what they did. So the Wenatchee School District also said it's providing counseling in support for the students. Jason mentioned it earlier, but here's the GoFundMe in support of the girl's mother.
And I dropped the link earlier, you guys. 190,860 raised. There's probably more by now. If anybody gets the news station or you see it, I'll play it on here if you send it. If that's actually happening, we can watch it live together. So keep on the lookout for that. Let's keep going.
And this is going to raise money, we understand, for 3 funerals. It has raised more, I'm just getting this now, $190,000 at this point. A lot of generous, heartbroken people. Again, you can find that link on our website, Cairo7.com. We're going to be live at a vigil not far from where I am for all 3 girls at 6 p.m. There are a lot of people with heartbroken.
I'm going to show you that vigil, but I'm going to first show you the pictures of him again, and then you guys can decide about the spotting. Now, the picture that was sent to me in my message, you say update may be at 6. It's 17 minutes until 6 p.m. here. It's 5:43 p.m. in California. So if we don't catch that, but we're still going to watch the vigil, and I'll try to wait it out a little so we can watch that. If not, then you guys know, everyone knows what they're going to be doing, right? All right, take a look at him. Look at him with the long shaggy hair, look at him in that second picture. Second picture on the right. You got him with the hat, and then look at him with that with the hair, and then it looks like he cut his beard, mustache, and hair. Okay, there's a cut. Can you email that to me too? Okay, you sent me an email. Let me show you the email, and then I'll show you the article. All right, so I see everybody's sending me something, and I don't see yours, Tiff. I did not see your comparison by email at all. I didn't get your email. All right, so then we got 5 minutes ago, sent me something. Urgent manhunt underway in Washington State. Father accused 8 minutes ago. All right, let me I don't see yours, Tiff, at all. Didn't come through. All right. Okay, there's a comparison. Let me show you the comparison. You guys let me know what you think. There he is there. Now let's look at what Tiff just sent me in the comparison. All right, what do you think? There's the guy spotted. You look at the middle picture. Look at those beady little eyes. Look at his face. Look at his mustache. Look at how it's shaped. That's him. If I were to say that, that's him. Now, Phoenix Files, take a look at that picture. Thank you, Tiff, by the way. I appreciate it. Appreciate you for all you do. Thank you. I say it every day. I hope I do. All right, so McCall, Idaho, there's a sighting right now. Lynn from Vermont. Wow. And I also love you, Vermont. Love you, Vermont. From California, McCall, Idaho. If that's not him, I would be surprised and shocked. All right, look at that. Okay, we're in the same time zone. Great. 5:45 p.m. Some of you are 8:45 p.m. He could have well altered the appearance of his tattoos, but look at that face. That looks just like him. Those beady ass eyes, even the shape of that mustache. Just look at his mustache and then imagine it trimmed up. Even the shape of the goatee, the mustache, the beady eyes, the eyebrows. If that's not him, guys, I would be shocked. And which, please send me the tattoo comparisons. I'm sure this is him. Now, Mary C., my email is right below. Marcy, my email is right below. Watch, it's coming. All right. It's guilty of crime by j@gmail.com. All right. That's him, right? That has to be him. All right. Let me show you the article real quick. And then I will show you the urgent manhunt on its way. Look at this. And then when I get the tattoo ones, I'll show that. All right, let me share screen. I've got so many things up, guys. We're going live. We're going like in real time here, which doesn't happen often. All right, police investigate possible Travis Decker sighting in McCall, Idaho. All right, look at that. I can't get rid of that thing, but let me make it bigger. To me, it looks just like him. I don't have a full body pic until someone sends it to me, guys. But that's him walking into a store, right? Now, you say full body pics, we'll see without a doubt. Please send those over. Guilty of crime by j@gmail.com. I don't have that. Do you just not want to admit their bogus decision? Shake my head. They just do not. Yes, I agree, Deanna. They keep on trying to talk about why they didn't do it. I wonder if he prepped with the fake ID and he's in a motel or golfing like all the norms, man. This guy, I hope, like Scott Peterson. All right. It does look like him. I'm waiting for the other things to come through. But let's look at this. McCall Police Department in Idaho are investigating reports of possible sighting of Travis Decker, Washington man wanted in connection of taking the lives of his 3 daughters near Leavenworth. On Wednesday, the department confirmed they had received notification that Decker may have been in McCall area. Decker is subject of multi-state search following the discovery of his daughters' bodies, Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia, after he failed to return them from the following custody visit. Right? Authorities are urging the public to avoid spreading unverified information, only first-person sightings, meaning someone who has personally seen Decker should be reported to police. All right? Dispatch should only be notified of first person, not rumors, not texts, not us online chatters. They urge that you call McCall Police Dispatch 208-382-5160. Decker has not been found is the focus of the regional law enforcement efforts involving multiple agencies. All right, I'm going to pull this down, and that's really big. All right. Did somebody send me something? Yeah, I mean, it looks just like him. Jack and Lily, now these little ones. Damn, my heart can't imagine. Yeah, it's every single day. Every single day we've there's a case a day, I would say. Synth just sent me a full body one, so let's take a look at that. All right, let's do the full body one. Thank you, Synth, for sending that over. All right, hold on. I put share. There's a lot going on. All right, there it is. You know who that looks like? Look at the sighting, what it says. Right now, I don't know about that one. That one's throwing me off now. Look at the full body one, and look at his hair. He's got like a mullet in the back, guys. Different glasses, a different shirt. So it's like maybe before he cut his hair. I don't know. This one doesn't really make it any better. Nanoska says, I don't know. He doesn't look well. He looks ill. He looks like he had a mental break and has been living with demons for a bit. I don't get the Stearns evil vibe from this man. Well, he just took the life of 3 of his children that he brought to this planet. So Army said I had to leave the chat. Now I'm back. It sounds like you guys saw a video. Look at that. It's hard to tell, guys. He took his hair out of the okay, so he had a ponytail. Is that what it was? It's really hard to tell with that versus that. So I think there is a sighting. That clown is cold. He'll be sitting in a bar drinking a beer. His head's probably shaved by now. He's wearing scrubs. All right, I'm going to check my email for tattoos. Thank you guys for helping me in this case and tracking real time. All right, let's take a look here at this. Again, thank you guys for sending this over. All right, let me pull this down. Thank you, Witch. All right, you guys, can you see that? Let me see if I can zoom in. All right, so here it is. They released it. CCSO suspect information. All right, what does it say? Decker's currently wanted for 3 counts of red rum, first-degree kidnapping within the last several days. Please contact 911. It's unknown if he's armed at this time, but should be considered dangerous. Travis Caleb, 5'8", 190 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, last seen wearing light-colored shirt and dark shorts. I don't know where you guys are seeing the tattoos. I'm not sure what we're seeing here, guys. I see some tattoos there and some tattoos there. But what do you see there? I don't... All right. It looks like him to me. I would bet my car keys on it that it's him. And I need my car keys. Yeah, Wyatt, you nailed that. And this picture on the left, you can see his tattoos. And on the right, it looks like he's covering them up. And if that's a ponytail, he's got the ponytail in the back. All right. Cover tattoos. Yeah, he does. All right, there's 2 full body pics. It was separate occasion because he's in 2 different outfits. The email is blurring. He has 2 lines on his arms. I see that, but we can't see that in the other video. All right, we can't see that in the other video. They both look like him. Ava, you got it. It says it's him. It looks like him. So look at that picture. McCall, Idaho, guys. McCall, Idaho. All right, let me not put my email up here. I want to put my email up here. So let's take a look at the urgent manhunt real quick. This happened just a few minutes ago. All right. Urgent manhunt underway, Washington State.
The other developing story tonight, the urgent manhunt widening at this hour for a father accused in the horrific murders of his 3 young daughters. Authorities say he once served in the military, that he's trained. They believe he's dangerous. He was allowed visitation with his daughters, but not overnights. And now a horrific tragedy for that family. Here's Kayna Whitworth.
Tonight, federal, state, and local authorities in Washington searching the wilderness for Travis Decker, who they say killed his 3 young daughters during a court-approved visitation. Decker, according to authorities, is former military with extensive training.
We will not rest until Travis is located.
On Friday, their mother, Whitney, reported 5-year-old Olivia, 8-year-old Evelyn, and 9-year-old Paityn missing after they didn't return from a planned visitation with Decker, who, according to court documents obtained by ABC News affiliate Como, was not authorized to have overnight visits with the girls.
No.
No prior issues with visitation.
There were reported concerns of Travis being homeless and financially stressed recently. Whitney was clear that during the exchanges that had occurred in the past, that Travis was very communicative with her in any deviations from the parenting plan.
On Monday, a deputy found Decker's white GMC Sierra with two bloody handprints on the back near a campground in Leavenworth, Washington. The girls' bodies found down an embankment. They appeared to have been asphyxiated. All three girls attended Lincoln Elementary School in Wenatchee. The entire community coming out to pay their respects. Classmates writing messages in colored markers, trying to process the unthinkable.
And David, tonight authorities warn that Decker could be anywhere, and they say he should be considered dangerous. David.
Our thoughts are with that mother, that extended family, and that whole community tonight. Kana Whitworth.
All right, guys, I'm pretty sure that's him. I hope they bring him in. I've got a Ring doorbell. Let's see if it works. Tiff sent me a Ring doorbell, and I'm looking at him from afar, and I see the lines in the tattoo. So now I actually see it. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can share that with you. If somebody has a link, if one of you guys has a link to, hold on, if somebody has a link to the next hold on, I'm trying to pull this up and I can't figure out how to where to do this. Let me see if I can open it from here. It's not letting me, guys. If you guys send me a link, we can watch the press conference together, but for some reason I'm not able to open this. Tiff, let's see. Thank you guys for still being here. This is there it is. Okay, let's take a look. Let me see if you guys can even see this. All right, Ring doorbell. Did it freeze? I think I'm frozen. All right, it's not letting me play it. How long has he had his head start? Well, his head start has been since a couple of days at least. We did the timeline, and it's just a day. So they found him yesterday, maybe 2 days, actually the 30th. He took them, was supposed to return, so we don't know how many days they've been gone. This is not letting me do anything with it. It's showing me this. I'm sorry. It's not. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, there it is, guys. Look at the tattoos. You see that? Check that out. Hold on, let me go back. That looks like him. All right, let me make this smaller. If that's not him, I don't know what is. And it stopped sharing, but I found it. Hold on. Look at that. Check it out. Hold on. Look at those tattoos. There it is, guys. That's him. That's definitely him. Look at that. I'm not even playing it. Look at the shirt, and you can see it now, guys. I'm doing my best here. Look again. You guys can't see it. It's up. Okay, let me know if you can see it, Tiff. Let me know, because I see it on my screen. That's not his house. You see it or you don't, guys. Come on. Okay, take a look at that. Look at his, if you're facing this way, if he's facing that way, it's his right arm. If you're looking at him, it's his left arm. Look at the tattoos. All right, I can't make it any bigger. All right, let's go back. Look at those tattoos, guys. That's the biggest I could make it. I'm sorry. All right, take a look. Watch him walk up. Look at those tattoos, guys. Look at the arm. You see it? Look at that. Look at that, guys. There he is. All right. That's definitely him. That's definitely him. It's totally him. All right. Yeah, but he's not going to be at the grocery store right this second. They saw the grocery store one, guys. Yeah. Ponytail, tattoos. That's him. He obviously planned it. All right. He knows people know it's him. So there it is. I have no doubt no doubt in my mind that that's him. Look at that picture right there. I'm going to check my emails. I'm going as fast as I can without freezing up. All right. So I'm trying to stay here. Thank you, Synth. Wait, you did a vigil? Wait, what? Hold on. This is the update in the search live. All right, let's take a look. Synth just sent me an update that's live right now, guys. So if you want to hang out here and watch it, I have no doubt at all in my mind that that's him. All right, let me stop this screen so I'm not. All right, here it is. Here's the update. Let's see what they're saying. Let's see if we can hear anything, first of all. No sound. Why is there no sound, Synth? All right, latest manhunt. This is live, but there's no sound. So, why is there no sound? All right, let's take a look. No sound? Why is there no sound? Let me see. There's no sound in this. Yeah, no sound, Synth. Look at that. I can't hear a thing. All right, I'm going to stop that. This is supposed to be the live, but I can't hear anything. All right, I'm going to stop this because it's not helping me. Let me see. Is it my computer? All right. Let me know if you guys have sound on yours, but there's none here. All right, so I have the vigil is what they're showing, and Synth, if you can try to find another channel
whose lives were tragically cut short.
As loved ones come together in mourning, the search still unfolding for their father, 32-year-old Travis Decker, now wanted for their murders. Thanks for being with us tonight at 6:30. I'm Joyce Taylor.
I'm Greg Copeland. In just 30 minutes, we are expecting an update from the sheriff's office, and we'll bring that to you as it happens live. But first, we have team coverage on both the grief and the growing urgency. Sebastian Robertson has new details about the girl's death. We're going to begin.
So this is the channel, guys. There's no sound for me either. You gave me something with no sound, since I can't put it up with no sound. So this is the same station that's live. They're showing the vigil. I just need to catch up with the vigil. Okay. So there's just no sound on that one, guys. I can't help it. Which, if you want to send the Cairo 7, I'm going to play this and then we'll catch up. Okay, this is what they were showing to catch up.
No, with Alex McClune at the vigil where friends, neighbors, and classmates are gathering tonight. Alex.
Greg, Joyce, some final thoughts from
There's no sound, guys. Nope.
Organizers here at a vigil in the heart of Wenatchee, the Memorial Park here. You can see as the crowd disperses behind me, we're learning that this was organized by a local theater and church where the girls were regulars.
In the heart of Wenatchee.
Hold on, I got another feed. That one's not up. Nope. Sorry, guys. If there's no sound on it, I can't play it. I do have a update on the sighting, but I don't have anything live. Here's the sighting. This is from KTV. Here's on the sighting.
A man wanted for a triple murder involving 3 young girls.
And new updates. Let's get over to Abby Wilt. Abby, what do we know so far?
John Brenda. So.
Oh, man. Sorry. I got too many things going on. And all right, let's go back.
We want to break to you now concerning a man wanted for a triple murder involving 3 young girls.
And new updates. Let's get over to Abby Wilt. Abby, what do we know so far?
Joe and Brenda, so the McCall Police Department posted about 27 minutes ago that the McCall Police Department has received notifications of the possible sighting of Travis Decker. Again, he is the suspect in the case of the Chelan County, Washington murders where 3 girls were found dead. They are saying that dispatch should only be notified of first-person sightings, not rumors, texts, online chatter, but if you do believe that you saw him around the McCall area, to contact dispatch at 208.
All right, we got a live update now, guys. Thank you, Kimberly, for sending this. All right, hold on. I got it now.
It's checking trailheads on the backside of Chelan County to see if there's any opportunity that Travis might have made it out to that location. We have learned so far through our investigation today that he is well versed in outdoor survival. And talking with his father, it sounds at times that he would go out and would be living off grid for sometimes up to 2.5 months. So we also understand too that he at times would do caching. So we understand that that's a possibility that he could have scoped out this area before, put supplies out there, and has the ability and the knowledge to survive for a long period of time. We saw this before a couple years ago when we assisted Kittitas County with a similar case. So we are putting our resources out. We saw our SWAT team today out off the icicle drainage, checking residences through there, in addition to us still having units out on the ground, continuing to check, in addition to expanding out and looking at local counties. So we're going to continue to do what we need to do, partnering with our federal partners. We will again want to say thank you to the FBI, Homeland Security, that has assisted us more yesterday. Also going with the Marshal Services, the Washington State Patrol that has been working alongside of us, along with their detective units. And we've also had a forensics electronic detective going through the cell phone and other electronic items that we've collected on the scene. So we're hoping to gather more information, take that intel that we've gathered today, and continue to press on tomorrow. But at this time, we have not found Travis. My message is still the same. Travis, if you're out there seeing us, we'd like you to turn yourself in. We want a peaceful resolution to this, but we're not going to relinquish our efforts and giving up any effort that we can proceed to track you down. So please turn yourself in. Let's wrap this up and do what's right for your kids. So any questions?
No, any closer to establishing a motive?
I mean, clearly, it's not the decision of a sound mind. And these young girls were a victim.
Thank you. Thank you.
They were discovered earlier this week. It was outside Leavenworth. You're more up icicle drainage around milepost 18, around Rock Island Campground. And we do have a map that I think we've already shared online, but it is more of a rural campground. Okay. No, there was another individual that was located today, not related to the case, and that was out towards the Big Y, where US 2 and 97 connect, but not related to the case.
He's a sheriff, guys. Calm down. Thank you.
I can tell you so far today, we had a possible sighting on East Leavenworth Road. We checked that out. It was not Mr. Decker. We had another one out at milepost 83, US 2. And then, of course, we continue to hear information about other possible sightings from across the nation. As we understood, based off the information we got back, was that the sighting in McCall, Idaho was not our suspect, but we'll continue to work with our neighboring agencies, not only here in the state, but across the nation, to help us track down any leads we do get.
There it is. What's the head start, guys?
You've been watching a live news conference with the Chelan County Sheriff's Office about the manhunt for Travis Decker, who is wanted for the kidnapping and murder of his 3 young daughters. There's currently a $20,000 reward for information that leads to Decker's arrest. Good evening. I'm Steve Solis.
And I'm Mary Nom. Just in the past 90 minutes, investigators released these new pictures.
There it is, guys. There it is.
Decker in the days before he went on the run. And we've also learned about a possible sighting in McCall, Idaho.
Decker is wanted for the kidnapping and murder of his 3 young daughters, whose bodies were discovered near a campground west of Leavenworth on Monday.
Let's get right to KOMO's Lynn Ann Wynn live in Wenatchee, where the community is reeling from this shocking crime. Lynn Ann?
Yeah, Steve and Mary, the memorial for the 3 Decker sisters continues to grow here at Memorial Park and also at the girls' school, as many people have been coming by today to sit here and just reflect on the community's devastating loss.
Fathers, mothers, everybody, they're feeling it. I don't know how you can't.
All throughout Wenatchee, signs of support for Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia Decker. From the flags at half-staff around town to the balloons and mementos outside their school and at Memorial Park. The community still in shock with news of the girls found dead after a days-long search.
People are heartbroken. We want to know why. You know, I think the human in us wants to know why and have a better understanding, and we'll probably never have that. But
nope,
it's just devastating all the way around.
The Decker sisters had been missing since Friday after their father failed to drop them off at the scheduled time.
All three girls love each other, just the sweetest to each other. They would both come to dance. Big sister was always there.
I was legit hoping that they come home safe. When I found out they no longer here, it's hard. It hurts me, it hurts almost a whole family out in this community.
But among the grief, there is also anger and a sense of determination to find the person responsible. In the meantime, the community is doing what they can to help support the family, with several local businesses collecting funds in honor of the three girls.
We're just doing it because we have a broken heart along with the mother. Can't imagine the devastation. No amount of money is going to bring it back. But it's something that we can do so that maybe she doesn't have to worry about the other things.
An online fundraiser has already raised more than $500,000 for the girls' family as the search continues for their father.
And one of those businesses, Ernie's Market, is planning a shaved ice fundraiser next Friday to help the family. We'll continue to keep you updated as we learn of more efforts to help. Reporting live in Wenatchee, Lenan Wynn, KOMO News.
Lenan, thank you. Stay with KOMO News as we track the latest developments in this tragic story. Coming up at 6:30, Joel Marino will have a closer look at Travis Decker's military background and his mental health troubles. You can also get the latest details online any time of the day at KOMOnews.com.
Tonight, we're also following breaking news from the White House, where in the past hour, President Trump has announced 2 major actions that include.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing this for right now. I'm going to show you the ring footage that that just made it to the news. So Tiff sent that over originally. Now we can see it bigger, everybody. Check it out. That's him, guys. That's him. Absolutely him. Look at those. I don't know what he's doing at someone's front door. There you go. That's absolutely, I have no doubt that that's him, not him. Of course, they're not saying whose camera that is, guys. All right. So that was their little news clip. Hold on. Cairo 7. Let's see what's next, if they have anything. Skip. Hold on.
We've had Homeland Security investigations. We've had Border Patrol's tracking team here. We've had Douglas County, East Wenatchee. The amount of resources that we put on this right away gives me confidence that we are doing everything possible. In addition to working with the behavioral analyst team and also bringing cadaver dogs, we're open to anything and everything. And so far, despite our limited resources, part of our mission statement with the resources entrusted to us, I think that a lot of people have come alongside us to help us out. That's why I'm optimistic.
No, it's him.
We're not doing it alone.
What has that interaction been like with his immediate loved ones? What are they telling you about their reaction to this event? How are they?
They're frustrated with the situation, clearly, but this is their son. So, of course, that they have concerns about his safety. But overall, they understand that he does have to be brought in and he has to be held accountable for his actions.
One more question, please. One more question.
Sheriff, I just wanted to clarify. I mean, you said that with this survivors coming to light, how does that change moving forward as we get further and further into this investigation?
Thank you.
Well, we understand that he can cover a lot of ground. I mean, certainly, based off what I know from him, he's in decent shape. And he has the ability to go out there, which, if anyone's been out in that part of the county, is thick. So it's going to make it more challenging for us to locate him.
Thank you.
Especially if he's knowledgeable and he knows how to conceal himself. That will make a unique challenge for us. But we feel pretty confident in bringing members of Border Patrol in too, with their experience of working in more diverse terrain, especially along our Canadian border. We have people who are experts in that field as well, and also excel and have the military training as well. I mean, we recognize he's not a subject matter expert.
Now, we didn't listen to all this. I missed part of it. So if it is a loop, it says live right now. I'm going to listen to it some more. As heartbreaking as this is, we've been here the whole time. I'm going to finish this. Thank you for being here. 222 people in chat.
I'm not going to glorify him in that sense. I do appreciate his service, but overall, we have other men and women who are assisting us who are also military veterans and have that kind of background and experience. And I would certainly point out our Force Service deputy that was able to immediately locate it as soon as we got information about a general area where he's at. We're up for that challenge.
Night, Synth.
So, thank you.
Okay, for our media partners, I do have a contact sheet that I'd like to have completed. That way we can easily follow up with each of our media partners. So at the conclusion of this...
Well, let's go ahead and do a quick recap here because, you know, the first thing Sheriff Morrison is saying when he is addressing the media right now, I mean, they're following leads, but right now this is just not the outcome they want to see. They still have not found Travis Decker.
That's right. Just on background here, I got to tell you, Kyra 7's managing editor Rick Boone talked to Travis Decker's father by phone briefly earlier today. He indicated that he was visiting Wenatchee to work specifically with the United States Marshals Service, who does high-risk apprehensions, and he was doing that. And he also indicated that his son had some survival skills. To be clear, when he talked about a survival cache, that's a well-hidden stockpile of survival supplies. Typically, it's buried. And by now, they know his father said his son was known to go out off the grid for weeks at a time. So he also might have mountain survival training as well.
I mean, obviously, a lot of things working against investigators right now. This is his picture again on your screen. One thing that the sheriff kept reiterating, though, is that they are feeling very optimistic that they will find him shortly. And I think a lot of that, from what the sheriff said, is simply because there is a lot of external support right now. There are a lot of agencies involved in this. They are sparing no expense at making sure the resources are there, the boots are on the ground, and that every effort possible is being put forward into finding this person and holding him responsible.
And anybody who's flown on Final Approach to SeaTac and flown over the wide expanse that is the area around Lake Chelan knows that it's vast. 7% of Chelan County not accessible by any roads, according to Sheriff Morrison. So this continues.
And we will, of course, stay with it as well.
This might be one of the biggest indicators of how this community is responding, wrapping their arms around that family in the only way they can. This is a GoFundMe to support the girl's mother. That's Whitney Decker. So far, look at that. That's raised more than $500,000, $618,000.
There it is, guys. Up to date.
That's
look at
gone
that.
up $200,000 just in the last few hours. Yesterday at this time, it was $180,000. What's worth noting here, these are not major donations. $50 here, $15 there. More than 8,000 people giving this mother the support.
That is really amazing. And now the mother is not going to have to worry about burying her children financially, but imagine what she's going through, you guys. It went from 190,000 up to 618,000. That's how many people care about this case and love these girls and sympathize with this woman. Absolutely. That video, by the way, was from the moms from Whitney Decker's Ring doorbell when he was picking up the children. All right, let's keep going.
What they can in this terrible time. She's going to have to bury her 3 daughters.
And we do want to show you Travis Decker's photo again. Please take a look at your screen. He is 5'8", about 190 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. Authorities say he's dangerous. He is possibly armed, and there is a $20,000.
What happened?
Conducting one more stop on every day he served our state as a Washington state trooper.
Thousands of grocery store workers across Washington, Idaho, and Oregon could go on strike. UFCW 3000 says the most recent round of.
All right, it stopped there, you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's take a look one more time at these beautiful little girls that didn't make it past 9, 8, and 5. The live news is, it's not live. It was on a loop, but we'll continue to cover this case. I really do pray, you guys, that this demon is caught soon. That I have no doubt in my mind that that was him that they spotted. So if that's the case and they're looking at McCall, Idaho, I hope that his skills don't outmatch their skills. You heard that officer, Mr. Cute officer that you guys were looking at, saying that. All right. Check spam for what? What am I looking for here? Breaking news spotted in Idaho. I mean, I'm getting a lot of information, but I'm not All right, there's another live stream here I can play. Maybe you're talking about that. Let me share this, and you guys can tell me if it's newsworthy. Here's another one, breaking news. This is Iqmal.
Area. They have his truck, so they don't think presumably they don't think he has any means of transportation. So did he commit suicide someplace nearby? Is he holed up in the woods waiting for something to happen? Who knows? But they've got a lot of people out there. They've got a lot of resources out there, including the federal government, federal helicopter, SWAT team. They'll find him here before too long, would be my guess.
I was just going to ask you, how long do you think it might take? Because
it
is a broad area, but he isn't in his truck. So how long do you think something like this would take? And what do you expect they'll find?
Presumably he's on foot, so who knows how long it's going to take. He could be holed up in the woods somewhere, and it could be a while. But I would be surprised if he got too far away.
You were in law enforcement for a very long time. A case like this has to be excruciatingly difficult for law enforcement.
Well, it's difficult for law enforcement. We're all parents. Really what it boils down to. Well, almost all of us have kids. Okay. I have 2 daughters. This is just absolutely unthinkable. And it doesn't matter whether.
All right. So that's old news, guys. I'm not here to give you guys old news. I tried to catch up as much as I can with this. I definitely, that has sound, but it's Iqmal, guys. It was another YouTuber streaming it. And everybody's saying it's old. So we're looking at McCall, Idaho. Now, which I don't have any other emails from you. I was on the live stream. I don't see anything else, but I will continue to cover this case. We're looking for Travis Decker, 32 years old, possibly in McCall, Idaho. There's a lot of new people here today. So thank you guys for supporting the channel, for being here, for liking, for, commenting that you love the coverage and just staying in with me. Mama Sage says, I don't believe I would want to live if I lost my 3 children. God bless Whitney. And I agree. All right. Now it depends on the mental state and the terrain that he's familiar with, but I can imagine that they have the resources to find him. I hope they have the resources to find him. They sound confident. Let's hope. Are they still out looking now? Absolutely they are, guys. What we were watching earlier was a live stream of them sighting him in that area. Veronica, you just missed this one. The mom is absolutely there. She's missing her 3 children. She's staying out of the media. 3 missing sisters found not alive. Father of 3, Travis Decker, wanted, now possibly in McCall, Idaho. All right. So he could absolutely be making miles, but still, with the resources that they have, I think that they have a good chance of catching this coward. All right. Your steam is much appreciated with all the bashing going down on the YouTube stream. Thank you. Thank you. I don't, I didn't let people bully me in high school, and I'm sure not going to let them bully me when I'm 45, going to be 46. So, bullying doesn't really work on me so well, but I appreciate that. You're absolutely right. Thank you guys so much. You say he's wearing a shirt in McCall with LAC Constructions. That is a business out of Wenatchee. All right. Well, thank you guys. Can you own it? You guys, thank you guys all for everybody that shared everything. I'm going to keep this up. Again, remember, we're here for these 3 children that are no longer with us. Paityn, 9, Evelyn, 8, Olivia, 5, and this coward that's on the run, Barbie G. We'll leave on that note. They'll find him soon, I trust. All right. So you welcome everybody else that is new here and found my station. Keep coming back. Don't forget to hit the all notifications so you can know when I'm coming on a live. All right. Thanks, everybody. Hit the like button on your way out, and please share this news. Thank you, guys. Love you all. I will see you tomorrow night, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. All right. Love you guys. God bless. Say a prayer for the family that they catch this monster. Good night.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe.
You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty of crime?